Hey guys, welcome to the next part of Let's Play Football Manager 2015 with Aston Villa, and this is the season review for 2020-21. As you can see, not great. After being in a potential position to get ourselves into the Champions League at Christmas, we fell away to finish a miserable 14th. Just a complete collapse of tactics, strategy, just everything. Well, put it this way. Scored 65 goals. That's pretty good. In fact, that's the 5th highest in the league. Bad point, conceded 70. That's the 3rd highest. We actually conceded more than a relegated Nottingham Forest. Admittedly, we nearly scored double as many goals as them, but that's beside the point. The only teams who conceded more were Rotherham, who were quite frankly an embarrassment, and Swansea, who I don't know why they conceded that many, but they did. So yeah, just a complete and utter collapse. In all honesty, it wasn't the best season I've ever had. So if we go back over the fixtures, I think I left you off with I think it was around here. And I thought, well, put it this way, we only won 2 games. 2. We beat Hull 3-0 somehow, and we beat QPR, who won the FA Cup, weirdly, 4-1. They may have been getting themselves ready for that, so they may have put out a Duff team or something, I don't know. We admittedly drew a few games. 1-1 against Tottenham's not bad. 2-2 against Southampton's okay, and 0-0 against Derby, but 2-2 against Leeds here, it just wasn't great. I mean, it was summed up really in this Barnsley, I mean, I know we talked about this in a previous video, but I just want to go over it again. This for me just sums it all up, going on great, about to win it, no problem. I hate to show you this again. I don't know why I'm showing you this again, to be honest, but I guess as a refresher, in case you missed the last video or whatever, it's going great, 90th minute, I'm thinking, right, just see this out, let's get through to the next round, and then that happens. We then lost the replay, so that kind of just left us in a state of just nothingness, and as you can see, it was just this horrible run, I mean, of just draws and losses. I mean, 0-0 at Anfield's not bad, but it's not then great if you go to the bloody New York Stadium and concede 4 goals. Admittedly, we pushed 4 past them as well. But, not great. Swansea, a bloody bogey team. And guess who scored? Victor Ibarbo. A player who always, and I mean always, scores against me. No matter when he plays, he'll always bloody score against me and have a good game. Keith Jeffries here, 20-year-old, with 17 finishing. I have to look at him. With 2 more goals. Gylfi Sigurdsson with a penalty miss. I would have made sure of it, but at that point I'd lost faith completely. We then did, as I say, finally get a good win. Oh, sorry, no, I'm going on the opposite way. Sorry, there's the other Swansea game. We then actually did, in fact, get a good win with a 3-0 victory over Hull. One of the few bright sparks of the season. Jason Clarke, here, the 17-year-old, with a goal. Jack Grealish turning on the star with an 8.6 and a very nice goal. Matthew Richings, I don't know how long he'll be able to stay here for, because he's a very good player, and I do get the sense that some of the big clubs may be sniffing around him. Then lost to Nottingham Forest. But, I got no feedback on that. Why we were rubbish, because look at the average ratings. Well, the ratings in general. I mean, okay, yeah, Parika had a crap game, but I got nothing else on that one. Then a 0-0 against Derby, so we played the 2 East Midlands clubs back to back, and then 2-2 against Southampton, which isn't too bad, I suppose, when you look at their pretty good team. Southampton. I've probably talked about this before, but Southampton are actually annoyingly good. Is it the pit? No, not pitch. Sorry, formations. There it is. Always do that. Players like El Shaarawy, 28 years old, very good player. Harry Wilson, sort of player I can't wait to see in a Liverpool shirt. Jack Cork's doing I think, quite good on this. Michael Keane, Jay Rodriguez is still there. Fraser Forster in goal. Good team, Southampton. I wasn't too disappointed, but especially the fact that we came from 2-0 down. So I'm not going to complain about that result personally. Feels like a win almost. We then played Manchester United at home. Fortunately, lost 3-2. Nielsen scoring. I mean, we were basically 2-0 down and brought it back to 2-2, and then Markovic. Yes, Lazar Markovic, the Liverpool player. But I don't know why the players just seem to. Look at how many of these players, like Callum Chambers and Ryan Gould, Lazar Markovic. What the hell are they doing at Man United? Sorry, excuse me. Start that one again. From where they currently play, I just don't see that one. But yeah, so that's FM Cheese in complete and absolute motion there. This just absolute the pits completely here. 5-1 at Goodison Park, got annihilated, beaten by West Brom 3-1. Went to the Emirates, put 2 past them. Admittedly, they were when we were 3-0 down. Duane Turbe in the 90th minute. Yeah, it was kind of crap to be honest, but we scored 2 goals at the Emirates. You can tell I'm desperate, can't you? And then we actually stopped the wrath there with a 1-1 draw at home to Tottenham. Charlie, who is now really starting to come a pretty decent player now. I think, again, another player I can see the big clubs snooping around rather sooner or later. 3-1 battered again at the Britannia. Marcus Rojo had a good game, but you wouldn't know it because we can see the 3 goals. We'll come back to the QPR one because it's a solitary victory in a sea of absolute codswallop. And we then managed to stick 3 past Chelsea. Unfortunately, Abubakar scored a hat-trick inside 20 minutes. As you can see, it's just, that's like 35 shots they had. The same as Charlie had in a good game, 6.2 he had. And then Rojo, obviously, following up his good performance, his last 2 good performances, then ends with a 6.3. Players are not consistent on this game. If I could criticise this game for one thing at the moment, it is, and I'm enjoying it. I want to just make that very clear. I'm enjoying the game now. I do think it's actually pretty decent. I've seen a few people moan about how it's not, they're not feeling it for whatever reason, or they're not enjoying it, and I can understand. I do get it, but for me, the biggest thing I have is a player. I'm not saying this can't happen. It's just that a player will have an 8 rating in a game. He'll have man of the match, he'll do great, and then he'll follow up the next game with like a 5.7, and you're like, what the hell? And again, I'm not complaining about why that happens. What a lot of people get pissed about is the rate it happens. People don't like how the amount of times a certain thing happens, and yes, if you play it enough, you're going to see the same old things over and over again, which, that's bound to happen. It's a video game, let's not forget that. But it does get under people's skin a bit when, for almost zero explanation do you see the same things happen again. You're like, well, what can I do to rectify that? And there's very little you can do, because that's just how the game works. Let's end on a positive note here. With Charlie there, see what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. There's one of the few bright sparks of the season, or the end of the season, where we, put it this way, absolutely smashed QPR. See him reveling in it. It's great. So one of the good things is the job obviously at the moment is stable. The transfer budget's very healthy. Financially, we're doing really well. As you can see, very little red. I think this month we lost nearly £1 million, but the balance overall this season, projected balance is £1 million. So that's £1 million profit. If you're in profit, then that's decent. That's why we're rich. So I could hopefully get a decent squad to build here. I mean, let's have a look at some of the players. I mean, we've got a lot of, there's so much potential in this team. It's scary. Luis Coelho could be amazing. Warren Steer could be amazing. Torre could be amazing. Charlie could be amazing. Al-Amrani could be amazing. Brown could be a quality player. Gordon Pugh could be a quality player. Vardy could be. It's just absolutely. Dobson could be a good player. There's just potential falling out of this team because it's just so good. The problem is the ability. And I'm struggling to find ability. at the moment, and I'm struggling to stop the rot of conceding so many goals. Now, I'm not going to blame the game because I don't think it's the game. It's just my tactics. And for the life of me, it's probably going to take me several more seasons. Don't tell me that you should do this, that, and the other, because I want to figure it out myself. But I just need to find the right tactic. It's simple as that. I'm just going to keep experimenting, and I'm just going to keep plugging away until I find the right tactic that can stop this rot, and that can, actually not, only just concede 30 goals or 40 goals or whatever. If we start doing that, we can build up a table. Then maybe the next season we only concede 25 goals, and then we only concede 20 goals. And that's title performance then. Title potential performance. This guy, I just want to show you this guy in case you don't know him already. Torben Jeppesen, just an awful player. Regen, I fell for it completely. Don't always fall for the reports. I think someone said in a comment recently, remember to update your reports, and that's I think what I did. I think I did. That doesn't matter anyway. It's he's off. It doesn't matter. Just try and get me money back for him. But yeah, remember to update your reports every sort of 6 months or so, maybe even a bit more than that, because they can lie to you at times, especially if a player has developed or underdeveloped in the last few months. So yeah, I'll show you my tactic anyway. This is currently what we're doing. It is a 4-1-4-1. There we go. Obviously everyone's on holiday, so they're all going to be horribly non-match fit. But I do think maybe do I have a do this, do this. It's just I'm just trying to find the. I mean, I've done this before and it hasn't really worked. So what I'm thinking the next one I might move to is that. I'm thinking about that. If I can find someone, someone who's spot on, someone like Christopher Ajer I had at Newcastle, sitting there as a regista or something like that, and watch the defence. If I can get a player like that, then I think we're on to something potentially. So, right. So, thanks very much for watching. Some of the players, obviously, I'd rather show you the transfers and things in the next video. I'll show you the players in the next video. Because then obviously we'll have a new squad. There's no point in showing you some of these because they're not actually going to be here. So I won't show you them for now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll hopefully improve for the next video. I'll try and build a squad and let's see what we get. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.